Welcome. Hi, guys. Welcome to my live. We are streaming live on Facebook and YouTube at the same time. I am Kathleen, your amazing host. Thank you for being here. We're just going to have a conversation tonight with the royal family. That's what we're doing tonight. So, yeah, I got a few things we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about Chris Brown. Should he still be on punishment from what year was that? 2005? I don't even know when that happened. 2007? I don't know. Chris Brown, we're going to talk about Tessa Girl because, girl, why are you moving? Look, no, I'm not going to give my opinion. We're going to talk about Tessa Girl. Russell Wilson, is that his son? A lot of people had something to say about that. And we're just going to get into all of these little, things that are going around Florida, where you had to have a permission slip to read a Black author's book. This is 2024. So we're going to get into that and all the good things. Talk about Country Wayne and how he's paying his employees $1 million. And I ain't never got paid $1 million. Like never. Luckily for me tonight, I have an amazing co-host. Funny thing is, I was a guest on her show years ago. This amazing, beautiful queen is Shamika Furlow, and she's going to be joining me on this live tonight. So as you guys make your way in, I know I'm going to have some people drop by and come through. I had 2,600 views on one of my videos on YouTube. So I'm back on my situation over here and enjoying what I do. So I'm Kathleen, the queen, the host of this amazing show. And right now, I'm going to let you guys in on my co-host. I'm going to invite Shamika in. Hi, Shamika.
Hi. How are you?
I am great. Oh, AKA Sun Smile. Now, listen. You see her smile. She earned all of that. That is her. Okay.
Thank you.
So, Shamika, we got some things to talk about tonight. I'm so glad you are joining me tonight. And I know previously, your career, part of your journey has been you had your own talk show at one point, right?
I did. I'm not used to the virtual thing. That's how long ago I did. I was behind the mic on the radio, so I had the voice of radio. But yeah, so this is all new to me in a sense of podcasting and virtual. So this is fun. It's exciting.
Being all visible, okay. Yeah. So let's get started with our first topic. So listen, Chris Brown and Blueface. Chris Brown, he's comparing himself to Blueface and Krishan. So what he's saying, they had the situation, right? Where him and, Rihanna, they had the situation. And I'm going to pull up a screen because some of y'all, oh, you don't know who Chris Brown is. Anyway, that's Chris Brown. Okay, that was back. If you think about it, Chris Brown is like, I guess you can say he's young. Like he's still very young because he started off at like 14 years old.
Yeah.
So I think the incident that happened with him and Rihanna, he was only like 17, 18.
Yeah, they both very, very young when that happened. And I think it opened up a lot of, at the time, teenagers' eyes to what is acceptable in a relationship and was not acceptable in a relationship.
Yeah.
But I think they had more coverage on their domestic because they were celebrities.
Right. And guess what too? Because we know our ages. We ain't gonna tell y'all, but we know our ages. Right. So back in that time, the internet was just becoming a thing. Social media was really picking up and becoming a thing, and you could share stories more readily, right? You could blast it all over the world and everybody would know your business, kind of like what people are doing now. Everybody know everybody's business because everybody coming to the internet, right, telling everybody business and telling their own business.
Yes.
So for me, I think it was good to make a teachable moment out of it and
Yeah.
just say, we don't do DV, and let Chris say, hey, I no longer do DV. I'm sorry for what I did. But I don't think, and I'm totally an advocate for victims, right? Like Rihanna, whatever she deserved, whatever she would like, I would be fine with that. But it seems like she doesn't have an issue with it, because even at one point she was like giving him a hug. So I don't know. This is far after the events, if I remember correctly. They have had some times where they were cordial to one another. And
she even spoke out about it. Yeah, she even spoke out about it, actually.
Well, did she? What did she say?
She did. She said that they, as we said, they were both young at the time, that it was a learning experience for her, but that they were still friends and they're in the same industry together, and she didn't want that friction between them like that. She was saying that she knows that it was wrong, and she was like, it happened to me, so I know, but she was like, we're still friends, and that's it. Like, she had no hard feelings against him.
I think if that's the way she feels and she's the victim, I'm not sure why we're holding on to it so tight. And this right here is the couple that he was comparing himself to. I thought I could blow that up. That didn't quite work out. But this is Chrisean and Blueface, who are actively, as of right now, this is how they behave. They like beat each other. They
have a toxic relationship.
Listen, they are off the chain. Like, it's like, do they have parents? Because this ain't right.
I know, right? And they got a child involved. So
now, they have a baby.
Yeah. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this baby got to grow up around this. That's a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot. I think Chris has an argument, just in terms of he's being judged, right, by public opinion, and the same public is watching Blueface and Chrisean beat the crap out of each other. So it's like, come on now, make it make sense. Make it make sense. I think he has a valid point, but unfortunately, he's probably just, I hope he doesn't live with this the rest of his life. I know he will to some degree, but I hope people stop punishing him, because
someone is always going to say something about that when it comes to Chris Brown.
But do you think he should be denied contracts? He made that comment to Ruffles potato chip brand and the NFL, because he was supposed to be in the Super Bowl. Do you think he should be missing his coin? Like, do you think it should impact his career like that?
No, because for him, I'm speaking just on him, like we are. I think that we forget that they are human beings too. Right. And they have emotions, and they may pop off. And Chris Brown has popped off quite a few times, but not to the point where it affected his career. And this one here, I don't know. It's kind of like, do we slap his hand like we slap everybody else's hand for speaking out of turn? Or we just be like, okay, he upset and he feel like it's his time. But Usher waited how long? And Usher been in the game since he was a child himself, and he just now made it to the Super Bowl. So Chris Brown got a long time before he get there.
Before he gets there. You know what? I don't know, Shamika, because Usher's been in it since he was 14, and he's like 30 something now. At least 15, 20 years.
I don't know. Age, I think, or 2 years younger than me. So he's in his 40s.
Who is?
Usher.
Oh.
And I'm going to Google it. Hold on.
But Chris Brown got to be in his 30s, though.
Yes, he is.
Okay. Usher's 45. I was saying, like, even with Chris 45. Brown, he still did a good 15 years. Probably, a good 15, I know.
Yeah.
Look, honey, my daughter was going to see him when her first year of college in concert. So
yeah. I mean, he got at least 2 years on, because he's 34 years old and Usher is 45. So he still got some time before he gets Super Bowl.
before he gets to the Super Bowl. That's okay. He gonna wait his turn. But you
he
know who
does have a lot of hits, and he is a great performer. And I'm a big Chris Brown fan, so yeah, I definitely would say that he has the catalog for a Super Bowl, but they probably won't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His performances alone are Super Bowl worthy. He dances his butt off.
Yes.
So, and shout out to Usher. You can send me free tickets whenever you want to. Okay. So, listen, so speaking of performing, okay, Miss Pam, she was at a church meeting conference. I don't know. This is a older lady. I'm gonna let you guys watch the clip right quick. She's an older lady. Carlton Pearson already did like a little stunt on her, which was kind of funny. I'm gonna scroll to it. Oh, here she is. I don't know if you can hear it or not. Is it gonna play? Oh, there it is. Okay, so you can see the old lady over there, and oh, there it is. Can you hear it? I hope y'all can hear it. Okay. You see Shani O'Neal is flipping her pearls. She thought she whispered it, but the microphone picked it up. You see the old lady right here. Okay. They asked that lady.
What did she whisper? Because everybody just kind of went up and laughed.
Wait a minute. They asked her, what does it take to keep your husband? What keeps a man? And unfortunately, when she walked over to Shani O'Neal, her mic was still hot, right? You could hear. So when she walked over to Shani O'Neal, she said, you know, the Bob and the apple. I know, right? And listen, this is a well-respected woman. She just retired. They had an amazing retirement party for her. She's sitting there with her husband on stage. Hold on, let me bring it back up. She's on stage with all of these people.
Yeah.
Listen.
I'm a Pam. How you keep a man happy for 45 years?
Look at Miss Pam. I was not intended on playing.
I heard it.
I was not intended on playing that piece. Y'all forgive me for that. There's no way I could take it out. I'm sorry. I really apologize. But
shoot, if she been with him 35 years, you know what? I have nothing bad to say about that.
What they say, it is what it is.
What it is. Exactly.
I just thought about, like, don't give elderly people microphones unless they're getting ready to sing a gospel hymn. Like,
they have no filter.
When they get a certain age, they gonna say what they need to say.
No filter.
They gonna say what they need to say.
I know it.
Look, if you ask them a question, they gonna be direct and to the point. You want it? I'm gonna give it to you.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, that was hilarious.
That's good. That was
anyway.
Good.
Sorry, yeah, I'm gonna try to bleep. Look, I ain't no way I'm gonna be able to bleep it out. Y'all just gonna have to be grown up and get over it. Sorry about that. Speaking of running with it, right? Because we just gonna let you run with that. Russell Wilson, is Little Future his son or not?
Oh God, they've been saying that since forever.
Listen, we all know Russell Wilson. Let me get off of this. Let me cut this off. But we all know Russell Wilson. So of course we know Future is the official baby daddy, right? Mm-hmm. However, this guy right here, this one right here said that special prayer for. Listen, who she said that special prayer for? That is that man's that is this man's son. Now he's Future's son as well. We already know that.
Mhm.
But from what I understand, he legally adopted him.
He did.
Okay, so if he legally adopted him, he's actually his son. Like, and here's the thing. If you were present in your son's life, like we actually saw you with your son, like we see Russell with your son, would
Mhm.
this even be a conversation? I don't think it would be. What do you think?
No, it'll probably, even if it had came up, it'll probably be like he wants to adopt him, and Future wouldn't let him because he's like, no, that's my son. There's no way I would let you adopt mine. But Future got so many kids
Ooh,
by so many different women that
oh,
he's not a good father in that. He's just not, and he doesn't care unless that's a persona that he puts out. Now, is he like that but behind the cameras? I don't know, but the proof is in the pudding. So I don't know. But Future hasn't lied about the way he deals with relationships. He hasn't lied about it at all. I can respect that, even though you're still a horrible person to me when it comes to dealing with women.
yeah.
You're horrible, and anybody that wants to deal with you has got issues. But yeah, about how he feels about relationships with women.
You know what? I think that's a huge scapegoat for men. I think it's like, and this is my PO, right? Personal opinion.
Mhm.
I think you are a lazy, disrespectful, belly dragging on the ground
Oh,
man. If you want, listen, if all you have to say is that at least I'm honest with him. But what are you being honest about? You're being honest in saying you are a crappy guy.
Yeah,
Like you ain't.
But he's being honest in saying that.
But
He's being
it's like
honest in saying
nothing.
this is what it is.
It's like nothing to be proud of. And then, like you said, here you are with all these childrens that you are not present for and taking care of. And then if somebody were to say something about Russell and my son, guess what I would do in his position? I would come to the mic, which is Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, whatever. And I would just say, you know what? So grateful my son has this man in his life.
Yeah, but he don't.
Yeah.
He's been very petty with Russell Wilson. Very, very petty with him.
Right. Didn't he put him in a song one time or something goofy?
See, and her too. And her too.
Well, let me tell you something. He missed it all. He missed Ciara, who is that lady is fine. Okay. No homo here.
Beautiful.
She's a beautiful woman. She has a whole career, right? Yep. So she don't really need you for coins. She don't really need you for money. But she entered into a relationship with him and they had a beautiful child together, and you couldn't even hold on to that.
She didn't want to.
You know, but they say they fumble the ball all the time. No punt intended. Okay, Russell.
Right.
That was for
Well,
you.
I guess he was like her. I had two baby mamas before you, so he didn't really care. And she kowtowed to them too. She was just like, you know, I'm gonna be the good girlfriend, and I'm about to have his baby. I think that we as mothers should all get along because they're all brothers and sisters. It's about, you know,
right,
she was trying the whole deal, and he was like, whatever, however she want to do it. And I don't know how she met Russell Wilson, but once he came along, that was definitely her king.
Yeah. It's a peace sign. Peace. Smart girl. Very smart girl. Took the invitation from Russell Wilson, went out on the date with Russell Wilson, and to say the least, they've been tied at the knot ever since.
Yes.
Made a great choice coming from Future to going to Russell. Major upgrade. Major upgrade. This guy, listen, this guy is such a gentleman. such a great father, a high earner. You are not going wrong. Absolutely, she is not going wrong with what Russell Wilson.
No.
Like there is no going wrong with Russell Wilson. And here he is with Future, Look Future. They open up a store. I got his own brand now or something like that.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Listen, Russell Wilson is not playing with Future. Now, I know a lot of kids are going to love all this little stuff. Like, they love the graphics.
Yeah.
I mean, Russell, look, he has him at the game. Russell is not playing. He going for Father of the Year for the third year. He's not playing at all.
There you go, man. Nice to meet you. What'd you say, man?
Nice to meet you.
And guess what? Here's the crazy part.
There you go, man. Nice to meet you.
Look at him taking pictures and everything. Here's the crazy part. Everywhere that Russell Wilson has access to, Future has access to.
Yeah.
He literally could be giving his own son the same experiences that this other man is giving him, or at least co-parenting and pouring in the same amount, of joy and happiness into this young man's life, instead of it just being Russell Wilson. It could be both of them showing up in his life in the way that he needs them to show up in his life. And I think it's unfortunate that Future doesn't see that. Like, he doesn't see it. He doesn't see the value in it. And it's
too much like right. That's too much like right.
You just go old school. That's too much like right. That's
too much like right.
That's what my granny would say. That's too much like right. She ain't gonna do that. She ain't gonna do that. Well, listen, I had a fire picture of Russell, but I don't know where it's at. So, speaking of, girl, Russell was sitting at the head of that table. I was like, I won't say. But no disrespect, Sierra, but you got a nice looking husband.
Yeah, he is very nice looking. He take care of his mom, he take care of her. It's just amazing. He's amazing.
Shout out to the good husbands out there.
I swear.
Do y'all thing. All right. I'm about to, speaking of doing your thing, we're about to bring Queen Size on, and her too.
Oh, yay.
Yeah, listen. She got all nice and famous with this Seaboil, gorgeous girl, single mom, doing her thing, content creator. And I am so, so proud of her. Like, I'm crazy proud of her. And she's just shining. She's just shining and doing her thing, even with all that she has going on, which we're about to talk about. But I'm going to bring Queen Size on the set. Now, I don't know how this is going to work. I don't know if it's going to drop you, Shamika, or not. I hope not, but let me see it. If I drop you, don't go anywhere.
Okay.
All right. Oh, no, we're fine.
Yeah, this is good. Hey. Hey.
How are you?
I'm good. How you doing?
I am perfectly fine. So I'm so glad to have you here with us tonight, Queen Size.
Well, thank you. Thank you for having me. Look, when you sent it, like I said, I had so much going on, and I'm like, up to that. I haven't even been posting it or nothing. But anyway, we here.
It was all kind of last minute. It wasn't planned like a month out or anything like that. So listen, you showed up, Shamika showed up to co-host.
Yeah.
I am enjoying the ride. So Shamika, meet Queen Size and her two. And Shamika.
Nice to meet you.
So got a question for you
too.
Got a question for you, Queen Size. You are like so confident, and I already know it's natural, right? It just running the bloodline,
right?
But you are just a natural. What makes you have so much confidence? I love that about you.
I was talking about this the other night. One thing, my mom, and she like installed it in me at a young age. She put it in me. She always told me I was beautiful, beautiful. I was pretty. I was gorgeous. She would have me walk and wave like Miss America, and so she did all that. Made me think I was a model, and
Baby, she didn't make you think
announcing
she
me.
built you up.
Like the whole nine. So she really. That's one thing. It was a lot of things, but there's one I can say she really put that in me. As a child, the whole time I, grew up, she always said, "You're beautiful. You are gorgeous. You're beautiful, inside and out. Be kind." And so that's where I feel like, because she always told me that. So I've
Right, right.
always
Just walked
felt
in it.
that
You
way,
walking in it.
and
Yeah.
Everything she
Yeah.
put
That's
in you, you
awesome.
walking in it. Like
That's awesome.
in real time. You show listen, you show up every day on social media throughout the day as a content creator. You're doing skits, you're sharing a part of your life. You're even,
yeah.
the kids chosen and Zion. Like you are literally putting it all out there. And so many people love your content. Now I know you got the haters, but
Yes.
I love the way you handle the haters. You just like, listen, you still here. Look.
Right. Right. They just, I'm like, they show, I'm wondering, do they get paid? How they show? But I mean, I don't care. It gets me paid. Troll all you want, comment all you want. Hey, I'm
Mhm.
getting paid for every comment,
Every
every
view,
Yep.
every
every click.
view.
Yes.
So it is
But
what it is.
you do it also. Well, you do it first and foremost because you're like a natural when it comes to just talking to people and having
Yeah.
people engage. You just have a very bright, beautiful spirit. I
Thank
mean,
you.
and I think that attracts people the most. When I watch the show, and even though I know you on a personal level, right? But
Hmm.
I'm proud of you because when I watch the show, I see so much growth. You talk about your addiction and how you
Yeah.
overcame your addiction. And I think, your kind nature, even when you're talking to your children, most
Yeah.
people have this thing about black people. I'm gonna smack you upside the head, cussing the kids out.
Yeah.
But when you're talking to your children and engaging with your children, you're always kind. Do you need help with that? Let me help. Like I see so much of you that other people can just look at and be like, wow, I'm proud of her. You know what I mean? Like
Thank
that's
you.
that's
Yeah.
something I can look forward to. How did you get to a place where you were like, look, I feel like my life is something, valuable enough to start sharing with people?
When I used to watch, and I know y'all probably, well, everybody know Treese, comedian Latrice Allen. I used to watch her all the time when I just lived in Crawfordville. This is before I even moved, but I used to watch her all the time. And I remember I was pregnant then, and chosen dad to be like, "Why you watch her?" Because she would talk about relationship and give advice, stuff he didn't want to hear. But then he started watching her like, she real. She be saying some real stuff. And so I'm like, this something I I wouldn't mind doing. I don't think I thought about it at the time, but I didn't have no idea, what I was gonna bring, how I was gonna bring, or I just it was just something I thought about.
Mhm.
So I ended up going through the domestic violence with my daughter's dad. So
Mhm.
I ended up fleeing to Texas, and during that time in the shelter is really when I was just sitting up. I'm like, man, I done been through a lot. I'm like, I really want to help people. I want to do things,
Wow.
and so when I got my apartment, everything, and moved out of the shelter. I remember November 1st is when I started. When I first went live, I'm like, I'm gonna do it. I'm just gonna go live.
Just go
I know
for it.
ain't gonna be nobody on here watching me, and I did it for months and did it for months. Sometimes I was on there talking to myself. Hey, it's okay. They don't know that. Um,
Mhm.
they just gonna click on it. I don't know if somebody has seen it. So, but it's just. me looking over everything and everything that I've been through and have endured and overcame, I wanted to, and I want to be an advocate. I want to help people. I want to help people who haven't been in an abusive relationship understand better, um, instead of just thinking that person, she just want to deal with. I'm not gonna get in it. She ain't gonna leave him alone. It's more to it than what meets the eye. You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
It's
And
deeper.
I like that too. I like the fact that I think now we were just talking about Chris Brown and Rihanna earlier. And I think now people are more open to have those conversations about domestic violence.
Yeah.
And they do have people like you who are already out there being the champion and saying, look, I've been through this. I've lived in a shelter. I've been through domestic violence. I have small children. But at the end of the day, am I going to stop? No.
Right.
Am I going to quit? No. I'm going to figure this out however I figure it out. And I'm going to keep on moving. And even today, when I heard you saying that you need a hip replacement and your arthritis and whatever, it's like, listen, I am still going to find a way to show up and do what I need to do in the best way possible. Now, as you continue this journey, because listen, I'm invested. You got to get your teeth fixed. You're losing weight. You're trying to have the surgery. You're dealing with your baby daddies. Like, you got a lot going on, sis. So listen, I be watching the show. I know everything.
I see you. Thank you.
Thank
you for your support, sis.
Oh yeah. So what can people expect from you as you continue this journey as Queen Size and her two? Which, guys, she's on TikTok. I don't know if you're on Instagram, but TikTok and Facebook for sure. So follow Queen Size and her two on Facebook. And we didn't even touch on the Sealand bowl that went viral. Listen, when you did that skit, people were like, and you did, oh, I can't, hold on, because I'm about to pass out. This girl, just hold on. Talk about that Sealand bowl for a hot second, and then we're going to let you go.
Okay, the Sealand bowl, I was on the phone with somebody, and my neck really is, I could tell it really was broken out, right? From these braids. Now, I guess, I don't know, but I had an allergic reaction.
To get my person
so I was on the phone with somebody, and I don't know. The idea, well, first of all, it was like I did a story but I did it on Facebook. I didn't, because I wasn't when I before I did this, I only had 5K followers on TikTok. So really, I would upload videos and get numbers and stuff, but I wasn't over there like that because Facebook would, I was monetized, so that's where the money is. So, I end up, I end up. They put a hole in my wall, so I end up catching 2 mice. That's all I caught. I ain't had no other issues. I think that's it. But I put one on I recorded that moment, me catching the mice, and then I said something about freezing it. So I basically made it a story. and I don't know. I was on the phone, and the thought came to me out of nowhere. The thought came to me, and it was like, just record, like, you just, because I was getting a lot of reactions from me saying, "Oh, I caught a mouse. I'm thinking about cooking it," or so I just added to it, and didn't expect nothing more than that. Where did she go? Hold on, we might have to go back in here and come back down.
You got the whole screen. What you look? Who giving you your shine? What you talking about?
Okay. I'm looking for y'all. I'm like, where they go? So okay. I'm thinking you done left and stuff. So anyway, I basically, because I had
hold on, Queen Size. I got this video. So she caught these mice, which she lives down south. So you're gonna have mice in your house at some point. The possibility. I'm from the country too. So listen, let me show them this video after you had eaten the mouse. So you're about to see what happened to her after she ate the mouse. So hold on a second.
Oh,
The sea land boil.
So basically, I don't know. I'm finna go to the hospital though because this could be rabies or anything. Because I did cook them. I cooked the mice, but I don't know. But my neck is breaking out, y'all. Like I don't know what this is. So I'm going to the hospital. So I wouldn't advise anybody else to eat mice.
I seen this. Oh my God, that was you.
Yes, that was me. But I recorded it the first time. I can't remember who I was on the phone with, and I remember I rushed off the phone because the thought just came to me like, make a video. You already been, playing around, joking, putting the company out there like you gon'. I had told him I skinned the mice. I skinned the mice. I put them in my freezer.
You was on a roll. You got on a roll, and you could not quit. And let me tell you something. I kept saying to myself, Shamika, I was like, is she really gonna see this through? Is she gonna play this whole baby? This baby went viral. If you Google sea land boil, you're gonna see sea land boil everywhere.
Yeah.
So freaking funny.
But I did not.
Wait a minute, hold on. What about at the end when you said, I advise nobody to try?
I don't know. I think I was probably just trying to, because this was just off the dome. And like I said, I did 2 recordings. And I got it in my phone. The first recording, I didn't have the pot in the back. So I'm like, okay, I'm not showing. So to get them to believe me, I at least got to have my seafood pork pot in the back of me.
Baby, they was looking at that lobster and shrimp, and they like, she put a mouse in the lobster and shrimp.
But yeah, I don't know what
it was good. It was worth it. Listen, it was good. But it was worth it. It was a smart move. I am enjoying every show I watch.
That's why you get the people talking about. That's why you don't eat at everybody's house.
Yeah. And when I say they drag me, it's half of the people still think I did it. They think, I'm just, now she's embarrassed and now she's saying she didn't do it. I'm like, well, okay,
leave it out there.
At this
Leave
point,
it out there.
Whatever you want to think.
Well, Queen Size, before you go, let us know, let the people know where they can find you. And we know we can look forward to great content with Queen Size and her too. I love it when you have the babies on. I don't see Zion a lot anymore, but Chosen is always Chosen with her little proper self. It's always in the video.
Yes, Miss Chosen, because she's always around. Zion he's 15 and doing music. So, but sometimes he come out and do a little skits with me. I had to pay him $10-$20. I had to pay him. But he working for yeah.
So where can they find you, Queen Size?
My Facebook is Queen Size and her too. My TikTok is all lowercase Queen Size 87. And I got an Instagram. I'm not too active on there yet. I will be. And it is Tyra.q.Jackson. And my YouTube is Cooking with Queen Size. I'm not very active over there yet either, but it's all gonna come together.
It really will. I'm glad to see you pursuing your dreams and enjoying yourself while doing it. It is very proud of you. Keep going and listen, keep going viral. And most importantly, keep having fun and doing what you love. Just keep it fun, keep it light. And I'm enjoying every minute.
All right, thank you. So nice. Thank you for having me on, and nice to meet you too.
Bye.
All right, have a great night. Bye.
All right.
Girl, when she had said, don't try this at home, I almost passed out.
It was the neck thing for me. She was like, my neck itching. I done had a reaction from eating that mouse. It was
Girl, people was like, we calling DHS, we calling CPS on her. She feeding them kids rats. And other people was like, people eat possum and raccoons. You can't tell her what to feed her kids. It was the internet is one of those places
I'm telling you.
where you don't know how it's going to go. But the last thing we were going to talk about, I'm going to touch on these like real quick, but we ain't going to really talk about it. So the next thing I want to talk about is Florida, old Florida, permission slips for Black authors book. I saw this and was like, are y'all crazy? Like, who is looking for permission slips?
Yeah.
They actually required permission slips to introduce and read aloud, I think is what it said, read aloud books by Black authors in school. And I was like, we doing that in 2024? So it's a real thing in Florida. And we know how, America is not very friendly. So
in Florida, different altogether, but
is that not Ron DeSantis? Is that him? Is he the Florida person? Ron DeSantis?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So we know he is totally racist.
Yeah.
Like, he's the freaking racist queen. Queen. Look, I said queen. Oh well, a little bit of do you. He's the racist king. So this is a copy of the permission slip. Activity event, read aloud. Students will participate and listen to a book written by an African American.
I mean, I've never heard of such a thing. We never had permission slips to read all these other books made by white authors or about white America or about white children and white families. Why do they have to have these permission slips to read African American books? What do they think is in them?
Listen, the truth.
Yeah.
And quiet as it's kept, the truth is harmful to the system that they have set up. So you always want to keep your thing going. So you got to cancel all the other things that are going on. Unfortunately, that's what they attempt to do. There are a lot of Black authors out there. I highlighted this book last week. Please get it. Please read it. Black Fatherhood, Reclaim Our Legacy. I'm almost done with that book. Today I got new books, Black authors. These will be going, they'll be on my shelf because they'll go to my granddaughter and all the kids that come to my house. It's a requirement when you come to my house to write a paragraph or a short story.
Okay.
Read and do math. When you come to my house and you're a child, they already know. But I got these two books. They're about STEM and science.
Oh, good.
It's an activity book and this other book, and she's like a scientist. So it's The Science of Being a Children's Book Author, fun, interactive book creation and workbook. So I just got
Messenger.
Oh yeah, just got, and they weren't expensive. So anytime you talk about children's book, less than $20. So, and I got both of these for like $20 something.
Yeah, that's something I can give my goddaughter.
Yeah, my granddaughter is totally into anything science. She watches all science, whatever. She had me watching everything. I be on FaceTime with her watching everything. So let's do a good job of making sure our children take interest in writing. Let's make sure we're buying Black authors books, writing our own books. I'm an author of 4 books. You can find them on Amazon. But writing our own books, telling our own stories, and making sure that our children know about themselves, their history, and their present life, and what the future could look like, with them involved. Yeah. Next, we're gonna drop a little something on Country Wayne. Now, listen, I was just excited about Country Wayne. Go to Club Shay Shay and listen to his story. I was excited because Country Wayne is paying one of his employees $1 million a year. Now, we just had Queen Size and Her Too on here, but what you have to realize is that creating content is another way to make money. And what I loved about Country Wayne is he's bringing other people along and paying them. You know, it's a lucrative field. We all know that now. But I love the fact that some celebrities, you know, they out there doing their thing, but they're not bringing anybody with them. You know, they're just making all the money and they're going on about life. They're not putting anybody else on, is the term that a lot of people use. And so, but he is one of those people that, hey, you're on my team and you got to make bread. Like, we got to get paid out here. And if you remember Club Shay Shay and Cat Williams, one of the things he talked about was, I got to make sure people are getting paid. I know what it's like to start off as a comedian. I'm going to slide you $3,000 or $4,000 or $5,000 after you do a set, because I know you didn't make any money tonight.
Yeah.
And you came out for me. Like, you, what do they call those? Headliners? Not headliners.
Yeah.
What is it?
Oh gosh.
The people that come out for like the
show,
yeah, they come out and do like the warm up.
Yeah,
the
definitely.
Comes on.
Yeah.
So when I saw that, and he was saying his the people on his team, you know, they're making $300,000 a year, $1 million a year. I was like, what the heck? I'm like, yeah, he needs to do a creative content blueprint workshop book or something. Look, I'm invested. Let me.
Yeah,
I want to learn more. I mean,
he started on, like, you know, social media like everybody else. I was watching his stuff way before it got as like visual as it is now. You know, it was everybody started off, you know, slow or whatever, but I thought he was funny from the beginning. Like, from the beginning, he was just funny, and it was just real stuff, you know, just different stuff.
Now I probably should say this on Beyonce's internet, but initially I was not a diehard Country Wayne fan. Now when I don't know, but when he dropped that one line and he was like, "Let that sizzle in your spirit," remember when he said, "Let that sizzle." When he started doing stuff like that, I think more of the skit type of stuff than just telling jokes. That's when I got on the Country Wayne train. And he is so good at doing skits. Matter of fact, we're gonna jump over. I'm gonna show you a skit right quick that he did. Let me get him up here.
First of all, just wanted to come by to apologize to you for the way I talked to you at the clinic.
Yeah, it was pretty harsh.
Yeah.
So he does skits for everybody.
Shayla, I know this is hard for you and me, but I just wanted to tell you that I'm gonna be responsible and own up to my responsibilities. You know, this baby is my baby, and I'm gonna take accountability.
What?
Yeah, I mean, it's wrong. I do. And it was wrong for me to tell you what to do with your body, because you're a woman and this may change some things. Messing around.
That's my man, though. I live in his house. How can I not?
I understand, but
give him what he wants.
That's my baby, though, right? I just don't want, you know.
No. He has a lot of content out there. Just go out there and grab some Country Wayne content. Yeah. I love the one that I saw not too long ago where, you know, the lady with the gray hair.
Yeah.
She's got the long gray hair. So apparently she's, you know, a little addicted to Country Wayne. So she pulled up on him and he was with another woman. And she gets out and the other woman, she's like, yeah, can I have a hug? And Country Wayne is like, yeah, let me give you a hug, like a distant hug. Because he with another woman. The other woman comes around the truck and he's like, oh yeah, let me introduce you. And you know he says stuff under his breath. So he's like, let me introduce you, but this is so and so. And she like, hey. And then the lady with the gray hair is like, hey, like whatever. Anyway, she gets all mad, drives off in her truck. Country Wayne is a mess.
He's a mess. His
He's a
one
mess.
skit he did when his son came to visit him and they was meeting the new girlfriend of the son.
Oh my
And
goodness.
she's older than the son, almost the mama age. And he was like, you kind of like, son, I know we sent you off to school. And I know, you're coming into a man. But she was like kind of long in the tooth.
See,
He said, your mama on her way over here, right? Like, yeah, that
oh
was
my God.
you gotta find that one. That was hilarious.
Listen,
Mhm.
Country Wayne is a hot mess. Sorry, I didn't have a better video to show you. But I'm not going to start surfing through these videos because I pulled a couple of them. But and time is running out for us. I got to get off of here. But you got these last little 10 minutes. And the last thing we're going to talk about is Tessa Girl. Now, Tessa Girl, everybody knows about this lady who went viral, who had this dusty man.
I haven't been able to get to that yet. I was like, I'm gonna spend some time. I'm gonna like binge it, right? So tell me about it. What's going on?
So apparently, and I'm gonna be honest with you, and I don't even think it's a real story. I think it's a made up situation. I ain't mad at her though. If it's real, it's real. If it's not, it's not. But it's so good, it could be real.
Okay.
But it's so good, it could be scripted. Because
oh my goodness.
Hold on.
Okay.
Now, it's 50 stories.
Okay.
I haven't watched the stories. Okay.
Okay.
I cannot. It's too slow for me. I'm like,
right.
Tyler Perry, go on by it and make a movie. Because I'm not, baby.
And sum it up in 2 hours.
Right. I said, go on, get this and edit it down and give us a good hour and a half movie, honey, because this is too much. I started off, I think I watched 2 of the story clips or whatever, and I was done. Like, it's moving way too slow for me. But the synopsis, right? At the end of the day, she met a guy. This is the funny. I gotta show y'all this guy, because y'all, when you look at the picture, you tell me. Hold on a second. When you see this picture, I want you to tell me if you really truly believe in your soul that this man is the VP. Okay, look at the picture.
Okay, he's a handsome guy.
Shamika, do not make me jump through this microphone.
I mean,
Shamika, we ain't talking about. Okay, let me lay it all on the line. So you looking at this picture and you telling me that this man is a VP at Apple and has $700,000 in the bank. And
Vice President of who?
Apple.
As in iPhone Apple? Anything's possible, but no, I would not say that at all. Not.
He's the VP at Apple. He's making $700,000. He has $700,000 in the bank, in which he is using to purchase a home. He's gonna buy a $700,000 house. I think the price of the house was $685,000, and he was going to pay cash for this house or whatever the case may be. $700,000 got in the mix. She met this guy, moved him into her townhouse. She said he was paying all of the bills, right? He's paying all the bills. Moved into her. Look at your eyes. Look at
Because I got questions, but I'm gonna just wait until you tell
moved
me.
into her house. He's paying all the bills in her house. And yeah, moved him in. He's a VP at Apple. He's on the phone, having business conversations, allegedly. She can't hear the other person. She just hear him talking.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, this guy has a twin who is very successful, but he's a loser. So she said when she said when she met the
Like she got
twins.
the loser.
Yeah, she said when she met the twins, she was like, wait a minute, he's identifying with his life and trying to take on his life, but it's not his life.
Mm-hmm.
That's her story, and she gonna stick beside it. And
All
she takes us through the nuances of the relationship and why she believed in him. And they got married 2 months knowing, 2 months knowing one another, moved in her house, and they got married. And then she ended up divorcing him. And it's just all types of craziness, all mixing the story. He has kids, he doesn't have kids, he has an ex-wife. It's all types of. If you had a dart board, just bundle all your darts in your hand, throw them at the board. It's gonna hit everything messy. It's just a mess. So I'm like, Tessa girl.
I'm sorry.
I know you gotta wrap your head around it.
Marry somebody. One, if you are a VP at Apple, you are making more than $700,000, and you would have more in your bank account than $700,000. We are talking about an Apple product. I don't have an Apple, but I know what Apple make.
Listen,
And
I got the Apple. But yeah.
I'm a Droid. I'm a Samsung Galaxy girl to the end. But I'm sorry.
I don't work for Apple, so hey, carry your Android.
I mean, that seems like that should have been a red flag. I don't know, but
listen, she was saying that she didn't see any red flags in the and let me say this as a person who was married, right? And married a guy that I've known since I was 18 and still didn't know him. Yeah. I knew him the way that I saw him.
Yeah.
I knew him based on my experience with him, not knowing everything about him. And that can happen. Yeah. So, but for me, even like I'm dating now, right? Because I'm re-single. So I'm dating again. And speaking of red flags, anytime a guy has asked you to move in with him or move in with you is an absolute no. Like, let me tell you something. I was dating this one guy and he asked me to move in with him quickly. Like it was quick. Yeah. And he was like, no, but honestly, we had amazing dates. It was so amazing. Everything he did we had great times together. This guy, it was whatever the case may be. But it's like, you want me to move in with you for what? Like I get it. We're adults. We can do what we want to do and whatever. But I'm just like, it's a turnoff for me. Moving in with each other for me is a turnoff. If we're going to get married and actually have a life together, let's get married and have a life together. I'm not moving in. I'm not doing all of that. That's some of the silly stuff I did when I was young. And I don't know how old she is. But it's some silly stuff I did when I was young. I would never do that. And at my big age now, I'm not moving in nobody's house and nobody's moving into mine. That's a huge red flag. Back it up. I'm not doing it.
2 months is too soon. I'm sorry.
And 2 months is too soon.
Yeah, too soon. Way too soon. And it sounds like he did a lot of love bombing. And that's what a lot of men do. Even women do it too, but they do the love bombing. So it kind of throws you off like it can't be real. Of course I'll marry you type thing. Of course you can move in, because I've never find anything like this again. And then next thing you know, you out on the street with them because
listen, it was a female with a female, a lesbian couple. And I guess they got married or whatever they did. They were on TikTok, everybody follow them. And she used to have this chalkboard and she used to be like, here's an X and here's an O and here's a Y. I'm gonna need you to stay out my business. And like she was very crafty. She was very creative. And I loved her. But she got with this woman. Her name was Shonda, whatever.
Okay.
And so the bottom line was they were in this relationship and they started, I guess they were married, but they were living together. And they were a TikTok sensation. Like people were following her. Like she had a big audience. Come to find out, her wife, was not paying any bills.
Oh.
Ran up all the credit cards.
See?
They got evicted. Basically, at the end of the day, she got left in debt. And then come to find out, of course, you're going to find out what this is a pattern. This is how this person rolls. I didn't know that before we got married and did all this moving in.
Right.
That's why I'm like, I'm not moving in with anybody because
no.
Listen, when I date, I do background checks. I'm talking about FB freaking I. I do not play. Baby, I need to know your address, when you got a divorce. Do you have any criminal charges against you? Any domestic violence?
Valid license.
Listen, where all have you lived? Because you didn't tell me nothing about the 10 years you was in Ohio. Like, I need to know what type of person I'm around and what I could possibly expect from you. Girl, I pulled up a case on this dude one time. I was like, so you was in a money laundering case and girl, listen, look, you might have pulled up. Listen, let me tell you something. You might have pulled up in this BMW. Listen, he like, I got this big house and I got this and I got that. And he was love bombing. I'm talking about girl, flowers, gifts. Oh, very nice restaurants. Oh, he was just throwing it at me. And I was like, this is freaking amazing. Let me do a check.
Right?
Listen.
Too good to be true.
Don't throw me off my game. I said, this is amazing. Let me do a check. Baby got to Googling and getting crime reports and checking case files. Baby, this man that got caught up in a money laundering scheme, millions of dollars. It was a hot mess. So we talking on the phone one day, and I'm like, so whatever happened with the case with you, blah, blah, blah. And he was like, because we FaceTiming each other, right?
She found out.
I said, do you want to share, kind of give me, I just want to, I'm not, I'm not here to judge you, but I want to know like what happened. And he was like, well, I got caught up in this situation and blah, 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 and this and that and whatever, and yum, yum, yum. And I'm like, yeah. So after that was done and we're comfortable with each other, here's the thing about dating, things just start to come out. So you really have to take your time and date because things will start to flow. The real stuff will start to kind of ooze out and you'll get a chance to meet the real person.
Yeah.
And listen, I need to know credit score, bank account, how long you had the last job. Listen, we're not playing over. I'm too old for that. But even for the other Tessa girls out there, no move-ins, take it slow.
Please.
Do the background checks. I'm sorry it's this much work, but it's this much work out here.
And I'm telling you, because them court cases is public access. You may want to look that up. All them court cases in it, type in the name.
Listen, once you get that, listen, when I date, I don't even give my listen, I don't give them my real number. They get a Google number. Baby, you gotta cross all kinds of lines to get my real phone. I used to do that
all the time with Google numbers, and I was like, "Oh, I'll give you my real number because I can block you."
No, but the thing about I learned very early because I had a system when I started dating. The Google number was in effect immediately.
Okay.
And I was glad I did it because I met some guys who tried to find out where I lived.
Oh, by your phone number.
And yes, and so I'm like, nah, you're definitely not getting my real phone number because I found out real quick it can be dangerous for women. Yeah. And that's just the truth. It can be very dangerous for women. Anywho, thank you for joining this live. I'm Kathleen. Shamika name fell off at some point. I don't
Somewhere,
know
I don't know.
what happened to it, why it did not show up. What happened to it? Because it's there, but it's not showing. So that's crazy. I don't know. Technical difficulties. Remember, this show is brought to you by Diva Wings Bra Organizer. If you would like to get your bras nice, neat, and organized, check out the Diva Wings. Also, if you'd like to support this show, hit the Cash App or Zelle or whatever. Just send me a note and just donate. If you see KV product or Queen of Invention on Cash App, that's me. So you can always give at cashapp.com. And also, before we leave, if you need a life policy, don't be living without a life policy. Text GW to 314-472-8127. And that is not my personal phone number. That is a work number. Okay. So if you need a life policy, check that out. If you would like any of my books, check out my books at your local library. You literally can go to your library, type in my name, Kathleen Harrod. All of my books are available in the library in the nationwide system. They can get that book to you, or you could go to Amazon and find all my books on Amazon as well. This has been an amazing hour. We went a little bit over, about 6 minutes, but that's okay. Thank you, Shamika, for being here. Anything you want to say before you head out?
No, I'm just happy you had me on. I had a good time. Yes.
Listen, I had fun too. I'm like, it's good having a co-host. Yeah, it's good having a co-host. But I am Kathleen. I'm chosen and educated author, speaker, writer, and a host. Hello. So make sure if you missed it, just go to the replay. It's going to be on Facebook and YouTube on my YouTube channel. So you can always look at the replays there. Have an amazing night. We're going to close out. Oh, I had some music. Where's my music?